So that was long.
Yeah, we knew it could be.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it'd be like our only topic, really our main topic of the night, whatever. But yeah, it was welcome back, Tim. It was
So
long.
It's all
that
right.
was pretty long.
I just had to
That's
pee.
kind of what I wanted to do. I wanted to go through all the games. I thought that was a fun exercise.
Yeah, I mean, and what's cool is we can like, if we want, we can do like some collateral to put out on social media for like Ryan's picks and David's picks and things like that, and we can all laugh at David for his stupid picks, and we can laugh a little bit less at me, and then we can be like, Tim's probably got it right.
Tim's overall record wise, Tim is way more accurate than you and I are.
Oh yeah.
I was
I can't
probably a
tell you
little
which
too
ones are-
aggressive, honestly. I still feel like 4 is looming, but I think we can squeak out hopefully 2 wins. We might not or should get, and we get to 6. So
I don't.
I just
think
know
there's a game
I
on
really
this-
I harp on this a lot, like a lot, and like we have no clue what this team is going to look like. We just like I've like except for 2010, it's hard to remember a team ever
We
that
have
I
no
just
clue.
didn't know what they would. I just didn't know what they'd do. Like I just have no idea.
They would
No
score
effing
41
clue.
points against Shorter College.
I know, I loved it, but just
Yeah.
not since then did I just
I
walk
really
in
don't think.
complete mystery
I don't think there's a game on the schedule we can't win.
for sure.
And I have
It hasn't
I don't know
stopped
what-
us from losing games in the past.
That's true, but I don't know what form of bias it is, but I feel like there's a momentum bias for me. Like once you get on a winning streak, it's just harder to beat you, even if you're playing above your level. Once you start winning some games you were not expected to win, I know that there's trap games there all the time, but I feel like we start playing well. There's nothing stopping us. The confidence that McGee can instill in this team, I think that we start the season 4-0. There's no reason why we can't in the season 12-0. In the regular season 12-0.
Well, you got us going to the national championships, I guess. You're like the 2024-2025 season.
Yeah, our luck is that's going to be like the rest of the Sun Belt is just absolute garbage. Like loses all of their out of conference games, cannibalize each other, and so our wins over them just don't look very good at all. That'd be
Well, I mean,
luck.
I said it on the main pod, but our strength of schedule is real shit. I mean, it is. I mean, Appy is probably the best team that we have on our schedule. And I mean,
it's either Appy or Tech. It's either Appy or Tech.
I think it's Appy. I think Appy would beat Tech hands down. I have no problem making that.
There are so many people right now. There's people right now that are talking about who that G5 spot's going to be in the college football playoff and how Liberty has that shot because they have the weakest strength of schedule. And I'm like, y'all still have to play Appy. And it's like week 4 or 5 or some, maybe it's weeks. It's middle of the season. I'm like, when App's up and rolling, they're going to beat Liberty.
It's a good team, and they just like I'm not really big on the whole like appeal to tradition or anything like that, saying like they've always done well, so they're going to do well. But the fact that they've always done well means that they have really good processes in place, and that they have a really good like just sort of like when they bring someone new on, they train them on all these best practices that have been working for them, and that they get to flow. And like for us, we get a new person hired on, and it's like they get trained up on all the bad stuff, really. All the stuff that we the stuff that we don't think is great. So like you almost need to clean house in our situation, but Appy is in a really good situation where as they like rotate people in and out, they're teaching them the best practices that have been working for them for years and years and years, and they're just coasting. They're just in good shape.
Yeah, and everyone there, all the players on the team are just used to winning all the time. So,
yep.
And looking at Liberty's schedule, this is Liberty's schedule heading into Appalachian State.
I don't give a shit about Liberty.
They host Campbell. All right, they're
the Camels. Are they the fighting Camels or are they just Camels?
It's just the Camels. Then they're at New Mexico State, who was actually good last year. They host UTEP, they host East Carolina, and then they're going to Boone for that game. That's week 5. I would write this in permanent marker. Appalachian State winning that game.
Yeah.
Tim.
If I'm not like 8 seconds behind all of you,
Oh,
and you all
No,
keep
you're
rating
not. You
up like
seem good.
every 5 seconds. No,
Uh-oh.
I mean like what you said. Like I only heard pieces of it. Sorry. Like both of your videos were stuck, and I heard bits and pieces. Something about App State and Liberty.
People saying that Liberty has the shot at the college football playoff because their schedule's so easy. I'm like, they're losing to App State. They're going to lose to App State. Is it not working? At least the episode worked.
Lose to App State. Liberty will lose to App State. There we go.
Yeah, that's what we needed to hear. Like they're basically they're not gonna be the G5 representative because they gotta go through Appy. They're gonna lose.
Yeah, most people.
Like the rest of their schedule might be light, but they gotta go. I mean, it's just like us. The rest of our schedule is pretty light, but we gotta go through Appy, so we're not going.
Most analysts have it as Boise State or Memphis as being the representative, but Brett
Boise
Murphy
back?
They're the best of the West.
I'm just
Mountain West.
Well, they'd have to be the best of a lot more than that to go. So I mean that's pretty impressive because I feel like they really like what was that coach?
Well, somebody's got to go.
That went to the NFL. That
somebody's got to go from the G5. So it's going to be one of the conference champions. So what they're saying is they feel like that either Boise State or Memphis are going to be the best conference champion. One of those two.
Could be Appy though.
I'll go with Boise State.
The way we're talking. Boise, Tim.
I think our conference is difficult to get through. That's to be the problem for the Sun Belt to be the representative for the G5.
I agree.
I mean, Liberty has the clear path to just buzzsaw Conference USA, minus App. And Boise State probably has a pretty good shot about winning their conference too. Ours is just more difficult. That's it.
The Sun Belt East Division champ is going to have 1 or 2 losses to other East Division teams. And that's going to keep them out of that ranking spot, even when they are a better team than a maybe a 1-loss Memphis who's to a P4 program or something like that. And it's kind of like, the good thing and the bad thing about the division that we're in is you get to play at quality teams, you get good games, you enjoy your week to week in the regular season a lot more as a football watcher. But when it comes to those playoffs, they're having that 2-loss or that 3-loss is just not going to look as good compared to a team that has a weak schedule that has 1 or 0.
Yeah, and I can see a team from the Sun Belt.
Go ahead, Tim.
Being in the rank, I can see a team from the Sun Belt being in that ranking at some point during the CFP, but then at the end, I just don't think whoever's last standing is going to be in that ranking. It's going to be someone else from another conference.
You think that what's going to happen when it's like they've got Liberty or whoever the Conference USA champ is,
who's in
11 and the Sun Belt champ is at 12 or something like that. And so I guess it doesn't even matter. When the Conference USA champ is like 1 spot ahead of the Sun Belt team and they get that invite into the playoff and the Sun Belt team misses it, which would have absolutely demolished that team if they ever played each other.
I think strength of schedule matters though for that spot. So
it didn't matter last year for Liberty getting their New Year's Six Bowl.
Did it not? Who did they beat that they shouldn't? Who should have gone? Who didn't go that should have gone? I actually legitimately don't know because I would be like fighting for whoever that is.
Let me see. Last year it was. Talk amongst yourselves.
I guess like Appy didn't go. Even though
I think
they
didn't win. They were wasn't Troy the champion last year?
Something like it was something weird. I think I feel like Troy State had a quietly successful season.
I think the cool thing that's going to happen in the playoff this year is that you're going to have this weird focus on that 12th spot and they'll talk about the different G5 teams that could or should be considered. So you'll have that, but then you'll also have the stupid P5 bias of look at these G5s and here's the next 2 or 3 P5s and they're not going to get in, but these teams will. I think you'll have that too. But I'm hoping there's some positive that comes out of, that 12 spot for the G5. They start talking about us a little bit more because I think they'll need to. I hope it's not just like, oh, and the G5 representative is Boise State.
Yeah, I feel like I'm more pessimistic about it. I feel like, and now you got the G5 team that's keeping out this team
Missouri
or whatever. Yeah,
LSU.
if it wasn't for this team, they'd be in whatever. Let's see.
Do you guys know the setup for the 2025 championship? 2020. I call it 2024 championship because that's the season that we're talking about. But what are the 12 teams like? How do they pick them?
Oh, it's going to be the top 5 conference
P3.
champions. Top 5 conference champions, and then
from the P5 programs.
No, there's only P4. There's only P4 programs now.
P4 plus us.
So top
G5.
So literally the top ranked conference champions, 5 of them.
Top 5 conference champions, but there's only 4 power programs now.
But we're picking 5 of them based on
yes.
So
that means
CFP rankings.
So that means a G5 program does get included. It will likely be the 12th seeded team in there, and then it's the next highest. I can't do math. 7.
Okay.
Next highest 7 teams.
Right. So that still could be mixed in. I mean, it'd be tough, but like a G5 program could still sneak in, and we could have multiple G5 programs.
It's possible. You could have a down year for the Big 12 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Florida State and Clemson stutter or something.
Or someone just has a crazy year but doesn't win their.
You could get a Sun Belt and a Mountain West, or Mountain West and American Sun Belt, American Mountain West, something like that.
No, I'm excited about that.
I think MAC and Conference USA outside of Liberty's the schedule, just giving them a fluffy spot. I think it's going to be Sun Belt, American, or Mountain West.
Yeah.
Don't know. And then you got Notre Dame in there too.
Yeah, well, do you?
They're in every year.
I have Notre Dame on a very similar level as Liberty, but they even have like some cover-ups of like sexual assaults and stuff on their team and stuff like that. They have a lot longer of a history for sure. So I'm just Notre Dame, man. They can lose. I hope they lose every game.
I do too, but for other reasons.
They have stupid helmets.
Well, they're a little arrogant. I'll say that with their NBC deal and all that stuff. I mean,
but if you can get a contract by yourself, I mean,
why wouldn't you?
They're a special case, and they just make so much money. And I don't know exactly how all that works, but like they are singularly like a conference in and of themselves. They've got like this vacuum around them where they are able to just do. I don't know. I have no idea how Notre Dame works and why everyone just accepts like this one program has all this power. Like to me, that doesn't make any sense.
Because they are a bigger program than most teams in the Power 4 conferences.
Texas doesn't have that kind of power, and they have the biggest budget of anyone. UGA doesn't have that kind of power, and they have the like third biggest budget. Like,
Texas could go independent and probably put that all together themselves if they wanted to.
They maybe could. Yeah, that's probably that's actually fair.
They have to time it right though, because they were pretty bad for quite a long time.
Right? If Bama could have done that, like what 4 or 5 years ago, in the height of everything, they could have dropped the SEC and just gone Bama independent and done the exact same thing Notre Dame did. They'd probably end up playing Notre Dame every year.
Well, they would probably be the exact same thing as Notre Dame is to ACC as they to the SEC. They would just be like honorary SEC.
You think SEC would be like, oh yeah, we want your basketball and softball so badly that we'll still let you do this.
They would. I guarantee it. They're all buddy, man.
I feel like that. I feel like that would be like a snub nose type thing. They'd be like, fuck you guys. We're not gonna keep you. I mean, to the detriment of the SEC.
I don't know.
I'm wondering why you haven't talked about any of the realignment rumors that are out there.
What are some realignment rumors?
I mean, it's the same, Clemson, FSU, but then there's a bunch of other teams attached to it, and then what happens and who pulls who.
Well, like the new thing is what the Pac-2 are going to do and try to create a best of the rest and get like a best of the West, Mountain West teams or whatever they put together, and then get the best of the East of the American teams and have like 2 divisions out there. And we're not included in any of the talks, and neither any of the Sun Belt teams. So I haven't really cared about it. But also, again, I spent the last 2 hours putting together that slideshow, which should not have taken that long, based on how
epic.
well. I kept on trying to be funny with the pictures. And
it was funny.
stuff.
You did a good job on it. I thought it was humorous. For however many people watch our podcast, and
we get more.
I don't know what the numbers are.
I enjoyed the suspense going from slide to slide.
With a picture, the name would be.
Yeah. Although that Marshall thing was a little scary. I don't know.
I know that's why
it's like someone is. Well, look at your cat back there. Jeez.
Oh, they get at their buttholes, man. They. Whoo. I mean, look. If you could lick your own butthole,
I don't think I would.
You might.
No.
You might.
If I
do what they do.
If I could lick my own butthole, I would probably get distracted before I got there.
You'd be like, ooh, look what else I can get to.
Heyo.
First stop's the last stop.
That's fair.
Oh, made a wrong turn. Let's go back.
They don't have those parts. I got those removed. So
yeah. Well,
they go to the butthole.
Yeah.
Next best.
No, but there was one thing that I had on the thing to talk about, but we didn't get a chance, was this whole meeting of the G5 commissioners this week in Texas, wherever the hell they are. They talk about the future of G5 football programs, but like one of the things in discussion was an NIT for G5 teams.
We've talked about this a little bit, right?
Let's not do it.
So I'm right there with you, buddy.
It seems like you're devaluing your own product, which is a little confusing. It's like, why would we come up with this? Like, if they push it on us, then like maybe that's fine, I guess. Like, you just do it. But like,
right,
for it to be your idea to take yourself off of the main platform is to me, it's like, I don't know. I don't know why you would do that to yourself. I don't know why you would.
I mean,
give that power to them.
The P5 could just be like, "Oh, you want your own tournament? Well, you can have your own. You don't have to be in ours.
Just stay out of ours." Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's totally fair to have contingency plans for whatever the next step is for the P4 programs, or that Super League, or that breakaway, that new division, that new whatever thing you're talking about. Having contingency plans, but have a bunch of them. Have a bunch of obscure contingency plans that sound outrageous, or they're like, you guys, that doesn't make any sense. Like, don't give a logical separation. Just our plan
don't
is
hand it to them on a silver platter.
Yeah.
Oh, you're planning for when we leave you? Okay, well, you have it figured out.
These G25 top 20 G25 rankings, I think, are. Ryan has sold me on how bad of a deal the mid-major rankings are in basketball. Like a top 25 G5 ranking is dumb. I'm all for an NIT college football playoff if it includes the conference champions left out and the other 7 teams or 8 teams.
Well, I think all your conference champions should go to the CFP. So
they should, but that's not happening as of right now.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I think it should. If it goes to 16 teams, it definitely should.
Yeah.
But as of now, the other, what do you say?
You're going to let it in Conference USA?
What's that?
You're going to let it in Conference USA? Ugh.
Hey, let in MAC too. Oh, the other thing we was going to talk about was, ESPN does like that bottom 10 ranking where it's just purely just making fun of the, preseason. Georgia State made the bottom 10.
What?
What did they say?
Again, like such a gamble on their part because they just have no fucking clue what our team is going to be. No one does.
I think the guy that does it
He's the
maybe
Southern man.
went to Georgia
Ryan
State.
McGee?
No, because somebody posted a comment about him and he like retweeted back when we beat Tennessee. Like he retweeted, it means more. So maybe he actually went to Georgia. Maybe he just tries to like include Georgia State when he can, even if it's a negative type thing. I don't know. But yeah, we got included in there. So let's not be included after week 1 of the season. But I'm serious about Manny. I'm down for Manny's, I think.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a shit on Saturday, so
Why did he do that to us? That's so wrong.
That's fucking asshole. Yeah. I think I'm good. What time is that game?
He did say something nice about us in December, which I didn't even read. Says, I say it all the time because it's true. The best part of writing the bottom 10 for more than a decade is when teams I used to jab fun at become winners. My first champ years ago was Georgia State.
Yeah.
When they win bowl games, I feel like I do too. I like that.
I feel like a lot of neutral writers, and I don't know if he's neutral or not, but I do feel like I see a lot of respect for Georgia State out there these days, like from people who have no ties to anything, no reason to say anything nice about Georgia State. That like the truly neutral people out there are like, Georgia State seems like an up and comer. Like they feel like there's a little bit of respect there. Something that I haven't been used to seeing. And I do feel like I've seen it more and more with people just being like, Georgia State seems like they're pulling it all. They're figuring it out. So
yeah.
And I do feel like we are. So
definitely seems like we have it with McGee in there. We'll see how he seems to be a good recruiter. Let's see how he is as a coach.
Yeah.
So, all right, I think we can call this a quits, right?
Yeah, let's wrap.
All right. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to you guys next week with the Ramblin' Wreck, or sorry, the Wreck Talk. That's what it is. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Ugh.